welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. My name is Crystal, and today I want to interrupt what I had regularly scheduled, and I really feel like we need to talk about this. What is going on with Colourpop? I was going through Ulta. On Sundays, I always go through like the new items on Ulta. I stumbled across a Colourpop release, and I'm like asking myself, why did I not see anything about this? This is the Colourpop Sonic Bloom palette. Now, it's pretty, I feel like there's been a couple releases that were like Ulta exclusives. The last one being this Cabana Club collection. And then it was found that these were all like previously released shades. In fact, Ulta had listed the shade names as what they were previously called instead of what they were called in the palette, and that's kind of how it was discovered. And when I pull up the picture of this palette, I feel like I've definitely like seen these colors before. I really like the design of the palette, but it's not just the palette. So also in this collection, they have released the Sonic Blooms Glossy Lip Stain, the Sonic Blooms Cheek Dews, and then some Sonic Blooms Color Sticks. Now, they can release whatever they want in a collection, but as I was going through these, I realized that these were all repeat shades. These are all things that we've already been sold before. Now, you may not be like me and buy almost everything that Colourpop puts out. I'm really trying to work on that, and I think a lot of people are, and we'll get to that later on in the video. But the colors that were offered in the Cheek Dews was Hotline, Psst, Bubbles, and So Cosmo, and those are all part of the original 8 that were launched when the Cheek Dew formula was introduced. But they are calling this, at least through Ulta's site, the Sonic Blooms Cheek Dews, and I feel like, and it says new on it, I feel like these are being represented as if they are new shades when they aren't. And then if we go in and we look also at the lip stain, which is a newer Colourpop formula. This was just shown to us, what, maybe like 6 weeks ago, I think, first with the Cherry collection, and then right after they released several other colors. Going through these as well, these are all re-releases. I don't see anything, at least in the picture, that's special with the packaging either. They all have the exact same names except for one, and I'll get to that. So we have Berry Ripe, Big Apple, Sugar Snap, the nude one. The only one that is new, and I'm not even sure that it's new. They changed the name of it to some flower name. Did I screenshot that? I probably didn't screenshot that one. But the one that was originally the pink shade in the lip stain, it's the same exact description of the shade and it looks exactly the same, but it has a different name, like a flower name, and that's the only one that has a different color cap. That one has a pink cap, so I'm not sure if that was maybe one that had sold out and they had to manufacture it, but the rest of them are all in the original packaging, and I'll try to put these screenshots up in the video in editing so that you guys can see better. So then that would bring us to the color sticks. Now, I went through these as well. The packaging seems to be, at least let me look. I have a couple of the original ones here. Yes, the packaging is the exact same packaging. This is actually one of the colors being sold. So this is also being sold as the Sonic Blooms color sticks. We have Happy Days, which is the metallic rose. That's definitely already been sold both singly and in the metallic sticks collection. Bittersweet, which is the matte warm berry. That shade has already been sold. Coffee Shop, the matte brown, and Warm Up, the metallic golden champagne. So out of the 4 Sonic Blooms color sticks, none of these are new, but they're being called new. I don't know if that's Ulta's bad or if that's just Colourpop once again seemingly regurgitating products that they've already tried selling to us and putting new packaging on it and trying to get us to buy it now. I don't know, I really wanted to get on here and talk about this because I I feel like something is going on with Colourpop. Again, this is all just allegedly, and I'm not coming for Colourpop. I love Colourpop. I usually buy almost all of their collections, but I'm getting to a point where they put out just such a like gargantuan amount of stuff. You get to a point, and I think this is what is happening with maybe a lot of their customers and why they're maybe not selling out of stuff like they used to, is because everyone has already purchased every single color, shade, and finish of eyeshadow, lipstick. You know what I mean? You can't put out a collection every single week and expect that momentum to be able to like be sustainable. I think people are being a lot, more careful and smart with their money these days. And, when they get caught doing something like this, like actually regurgitating products that have completely already been released into new packaging and not being transparent about it, like they did with the Cabana Club collection, I feel like, I don't know, like to me, I don't like that. I want to be able to trust who I'm purchasing products from, and I feel by not saying, hey, we've already released these, like you might already own these, I think that that's being kind of shysty. So I was wondering why this is happening. One, I think, is just, again, the sheer amount of products. There are only so many colors in the rainbow or variations of that you can put into a palette, and I feel like just in the year and a half that I have been a major consumer of Colourpop, I feel like I pretty much got every single color. I don't even know how many. I have an entire shelf of Colourpop palettes, and that's just palettes. Then we get into blushes, lip products. I have probably, 60 eyeliners in different colors from Colourpop, and some are just like slightly different than another color. So I think that that's kind of playing a role into this, but I also think it may have a little bit to do with their online customer service. When I was like kind of searching around to try to do like a little bit of research for this video, I came across the like Better Business Bureau site for Colourpop, and there are just a ton. Somehow they're getting a plus from the Better Business Bureau, and people on here are just freaking out like, how is this possible? Because I know people don't generally go on and leave a review that's good, right? Like when something is good, we don't think about going on and voicing our opinion as much as if we've had a negative experience. But I just want to read like a couple of these, maybe not the entire thing, but just so you can kind of get an idea, because they all pretty much fall under this kind of category. This person said, I'd ordered from this company many times in the past and have had no complaints. This review is about their customer service and the policy when there's an issue with delivery. It's saying that they think that their customer service associates might be just robots because of like the responses they get back when there is an issue, like the automated emails, things like that. How they're using a variety of different shipping carriers and aren't able to actually see when products are delivered or when something is lost. Their policy regarding when you receive a broken item. I don't have this happen a whole lot with Colourpop, but one of my very first purchases, I don't even own the palette anymore. It was like I think it was the California Love, no, it was the Yes Please palette. And when I opened it up, there was literally, I'm just using this as an example because there's no mirror on it. There's literally like chunks of the shades that had fallen out, and it was just like covered in powder, and it looked like it had been in my drawer for like a year and a half, being beat up and moved around. And when I sent a picture of it to customer service, when I finally did get a response, it was like, well, like that's normal. Like it's normal for our palettes to look that dirty when they ship to you. And that kind of like took me aback, because usually if you have some sort of an experience like that, most companies in my experience have been, willing with proof of purchase to replace or exchange or whatever. And Colourpop definitely, I have seen many a times, it's either a super struggle or you just never hear back. When we did the first set of these these palettes here, the ones that I've talked about, we're seeing all the time, and I think they got a great deal on these components. It's not this one. One of mine arrived like completely shattered and broken, both of the shimmer shades, and this one. And I had sent them a picture of it, just asking if they could replace it, because I lost quite a bit of this one shade, and it still, to this day, just makes a giant mess in there. But I'd sent them a picture of it. I sent them, you know, my confirmation email with my order number. I sent them a picture of the box and the packing slip, like everything that they require when they ask you for like proof of something being wrong. And they like wrote back. It's like if you don't like keep writing back like 9 times, and they keep requesting the same thing. Like I wrote them back and I said, I've already sent you a picture of the packing slip. I've already sent you these photos that you're requesting. Like I've already sent this to you. And we're talking about a palette that literally was on sale for like $6.50. This shouldn't be such a big deal. And so that was like my own personal experience. And reading through a lot of these complaints on here, it's very similar situation. So people are not happy with the customer service. Yeah, this is the one that struck a chord with me. She said this company, this was just in June of this year. This company is the worst. I've only placed 2 orders with them, and for both orders, my eyeshadow palettes were broken. I think that the broken palettes thing might be a component issue, because they are really good about using bubble wrap. I know when my Y2K collection came, like everything was like individually bubble wrapped, but still, like, it does happen, and it often depends on like how the shipping carrier themselves are handling the packages. But I just wanted to touch on that. I don't think that everything you get is gonna arrive broken. I'm just reading this review. Okay, so it had nail marks, fingerprints, and broken remnants all over a brand new palette. They refused to make it right, and they say it's normal for their palettes to look beat up like this. They told me that too. They aren't even pressed cleanly. They are crumbling and disgusting looking. They sent these disgusting palettes during COVID. Okay, this was in June of this year. And yes, COVID is still around, but I don't understand what a palette getting beat up during shipping has to do. Like, they're implying that people were digging in them with their fingers, which I don't think is the case. I think if they arrive broken, it's usually, you know, mishandling during shipping, or maybe a shadow wasn't pressed firmly enough and, you know, it was too soft. And so, yeah, you get what I'm saying. Okay, Colourpop exceeds at selling the most cheapest products that they break by the time you get them, and they don't want to claim any responsibility for sending you a product that looks like it's been hit with a baseball bat. Again, not everything, but some stuff does arrive like that. And if you do receive something broken, even like I don't even want to know. Maybe for a video we'll add up everything I bought from Colourpop in a year. It would be probably literally more than $2,500, which for my income is quite a lot. But I would have to agree that their customer service, I don't know if it was better previous. I mean, I just started buying from them regularly, I would say in March of 2020, when I was home a lot and I really started getting into YouTube and makeup besides just having a makeup bag. So I don't know if this is something, what I'm getting at, that's slowly like gone downhill, or I just think that they're putting out such a huge amount of makeup, you know, these new launches every single week, and they're selling, you know, because they manufacture their own product, they're able to sell as much as they want, because if they run out, they can just manufacture more. And I think they've just got themselves spread so thin between constantly having to promote new launches, filling orders that are coming in, that they really can't go back and handle stuff that's already been out. Like, they just don't care, because they're always selling new product, and there's because they're selling at, you know, not like decent products at a decent price, there's no shortage of customers. Because even if I get fed up and I say no more Colourpop, like, there's always going to be someone new who hasn't owned everything from Colourpop that's going to come in and start buying from them. And so I don't feel like, my whole point with reading these Better Business Bureau reviews is that I have to agree with the majority of what they're saying. There's one more. this is what, okay, so this customer had put in an order for $93 worth of products. One thing was left out. A $6 item was not put in the box. This lady is 62 years old. She's 62 years old. She's been buying cosmetics her whole life. She said they prey on teenagers with their sugar pop advertising because they have a lot of disposable income and don't bother to read the fine print. And then, so what she's getting at basically is they left out one $6 item, and when they contacted, they refused to refund the $6 or send out the item to the customer. And that's definitely another one that I've seen multiple times in these bad reviews. Either that or packages never arriving, getting a shipping notification where the tracking never updates and only a label's been created. And then a couple others where people have paid for, because Colourpop, if you're over $30, you usually get free shipping, at least in the US, like domestic, like continental US, sorry. But you can pay sometimes between like $14 to $20 depending on like the size of the order for like expedited express shipping. But I don't know how their shipping works. I've said this before 100 times. That's why I haven't reviewed a lot of collections that I purchased on this channel, is because it doesn't matter if I buy it the second it launches, which if it was a launch I'm super into, that's what I do. I'm on there at 9:55, refreshing, waiting for 10 a.m. Put my order in right away. I've already got everything saved in there, so I'm like checked out within 10 seconds. And still, you know, sometimes I get my stuff fast and then sometimes it takes weeks. The Limoncello collection, I bought it the second it launched. Okay, maybe within, let's say 60 seconds. Let's give it like to the next like business minute. It took me almost 4 weeks to receive that. And by then, you know, everyone was moved on. I think they'd released 2 or 3 collections by the time I received that product. And I know that like getting a product in a timely manner to be able to post on YouTube isn't something that like every single person can relate with. But I don't care whether I was making a video or not. If I buy something and I'm excited about it, I feel like that is an unacceptable amount of time to wait for an order, especially if you have to continue to watch this company like cranking out and promoting and collecting money for more items when you haven't got the items that you've already paid for. So like moving on from that side of it, and going back to this new collection at Ulta that's being advertised as new, I just wanted to kind of bring the discussion up and just kind of wonder what's going on with them. You know, they just did these mystery boxes, they did this clearance. I almost feels as if like Colourpop is kind of going through some financial stuff maybe, because in the year and a half that I've been a customer of them, I have not seen this kind of go on before. And definitely the products were products that I'd seen them try to get rid of in clearance. And so to see them take products that already exist and put a new fancy name on it and some cute new, you know, outer carton, I just want you to beware. I don't want you to go out and spend your hard-earned money on something that you already own, which is something with Colourpop I feel like a lot of us tend to do anyway, because it's rearranged differently, or they put a couple new colors in there, or it's got a beloved character that we love on there. Just be aware so that you're not repurchasing the same products over and over again. Use your money wisely. Make sure that you're doing due diligence when you're looking up new products. Because, I mean, I had to stop myself because normally I would have thrown that in my cart. I was surprised that my local store didn't already have it, because usually when stuff comes out on Sunday, like with the High Tide palette and the Fine Feathered palette, like my store had them like that same day as well, and I was able to just go get it. No stores within like 2 hours of me, or maybe even farther, just that's as far as like the locator would go. Like none of them have this in store, which I found to be a little weird. So I don't know if this was just a super last minute launch. I say launch, like repackaging. I don't know. These are definitely colors that I've seen before, and I had to pull this out because it definitely gave me like these vibes. Besides this bright blue here, we've got the orange. We don't have a hot pink or the purple. So I guess the shimmers are kind of different. But I feel like every Colourpop palette, we have like the row of darker ones down here. We have our more neutrally ones in there. And, you know, like a pretty package on the front to kind of wrap it all together. And Crystal 3 months ago, wouldn't have read anything about it. I would have just added every single item to my cart and checked out, and then when I got it, I would have realized I already own literally all of this stuff. Maybe not the palette with these exact shadows in this exact form, but I definitely already have these colors from Colourpop. I don't even like the lip stain formula. I know a lot of people out there really enjoyed it. I prefer the Uma by Sharon C. These ones that just came out at Walmart. I have the shade Softy, and I have a darker one as well. And what I really like about this lip stain is it actually does. I'm not wearing it. I don't know why I pointed to my lips, but these do dry down. There's like the slight tackiness to it, but with the with the Colourpop glossy lip stains, I felt once I got like an even coat on to where the pigmentation was equal, like all over my lips, that it was really thick. It took forever to dry down, and it never really did dry down. It stayed super sticky. Definitely weren't transfer proof or anything like that. Not what I genuinely think of when I think of a lip stain. And so to see that they literally just took the exact same ones they just sold to us a couple weeks ago and put like a new name on it. Not even a new name, the shade names are the same, but put it out in a new collection without stating that it is stuff that they've already sold to us. I just didn't want you guys to order it and then be disappointed, I guess is all I'm trying to say. Just be aware, again, you know, with the sheer amount of stuff being put out, that you're not bringing all these repeats into your collection. Because I don't care if they're taking up less space because they're only this big. I don't need 30 or 40 of these, and honestly, neither do you. You're probably just going to end up letting them collect dust or decluttering them at a later date or giving them to a friend. So you might as well hang on to your money and like save it up and do something super fun, like have an experience, whatever. I want to talk. I have a ton of makeup, but I just wanted to come on here, let you guys know that yes, there's this new collection. Yes, it does exist. Yes, the packaging is beautiful, but no, you don't need it because you may already own it. Everything is repeat shades. And yeah, that's just all I wanted to talk about. So I'm going to get back to work on my declutter. I freaking deleted half of my footage. Okay, so I do everything on my iPhone. I've told you guys this 100 times. Like I film, edit, and upload on it, but there's only like so much room. So I was going through and like deleting stuff I've already uploaded to make room, and I accidentally deleted a piece that wasn't already uploaded. It was a piece of the video I was working on. So I had to go through and redo that, and now I'm going through editing. So I will definitely have that up this week. Wednesday, I think, tentatively is my collab that I'm doing with another creator. It's going to be a super fun one. So yeah, we have lots of cool stuff going on. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing. Give this video a like if you want to support the channel, or if you like this type of content, let me know. Let me know in the comments, what are your thoughts on Colourpop? Are you still buying collections regularly? Do you think that they're kind of like they've overdone it? Like, let me know, because I feel like the last couple of videos I've been crapping on them, and I don't mean to, because I do love Colourpop. I just don't love being sold the same things over and over again with different names on it. So have a great day, you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.